Hello and welcome to this video. This is going to be the first video of many in which we talk about the very powerful Python library known as PyVis. Now, the way in which we're going to work with PyVis after you pip install PyVis is we're going to be importing it with this simple import right here from pyvis.network import network with a capital N. That's the way it's done in the documentation. That's the way we're going to do it in the series. And the other Python module we're going to be working with is JSON. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. So what I want you to do is pause the video and just create a very basic Python script with just these 3 lines of code. And that's all we're going to use in this video. I'm going to speak more about the general benefits of PyVis, what PyVis is, and why you should consider using it in your DH project. And chances are, if you're at this video, you are already somewhat familiar with constructing networks in Python. If you're not, check out my tutorial series on social networks in Python. At the very end of that, I start touching on PyVis, which is an alternative to the more sophisticated network module called NetworkX and the more sophisticated mapping module called Matplotlib. And yet I'm talking about PyVis and doing a tutorial because PyVis has something that NetworkX and Matplotlib don't have. And that's the ability to make very, very interesting and dynamic network maps, maps that you can interact with, and maps that you can control a lot more easily and with a lot more power. And the reason why we can do this is because PyVis, unlike Matplotlib, outputs not an image file, but an HTML file, a file that looks like this, just your regular standard HTML file. It's also got encoded in there CSS and, this is the big thing, JavaScript. What PyVis is it's based on the Viz.js library. And so what PyVis really allows us to do is it allows us to use Python, use the power of Python, use the Python for handling and processing our data. And what it does is it outputs an HTML file that looks just like this. Very, very complex HTML, CSS, and as you can tell from all of that, JavaScript. And the reason why we're able to do that is because what PyVis does is it reads everything, it interprets everything, and then it processes it and produces it as an HTML map based in the Viz.js library. So that's why I encourage you to think about and really consider using PyVis in your DH project. The reason why having a dynamic network map is useful is because it is an HTML file, because it's encoded in CSS and JavaScript, we can easily just copy and paste the code into our website as a block of HTML code and actually have a dynamic network map built right into the website. So PyVis is not only good for local applications, it's also very, very good for web-based applications. So for those main reasons, I really encourage you to think about it. Throughout this video series, we're going to be working with a JSON data file that I have here called Alcuin's letters. This is a whole bunch of really it's just one small piece of data and that I'm only going to be working with, and that's going to be the manuscripts, which we can see here represented by letters and each individual letter. So these letters are written in the 8th and 9th century, and they survive in a wide range of 9th, 10th, and 11th century manuscripts. And they don't all survive collectively. So, like, you'll have some letters like 1 and 2 that survive in this manuscript H. Other ones, like letter 5, is going to survive in 5 different manuscripts T, K1, K2, A1, and A1 asterisk. You don't have to know the manuscript transmission or any of that. I'm only showing you this because this is the JSON file that we're going to be working with. And if you want, I'm going to copy and paste the first little bit of this in the description below. You won't have all of the JSON file, but you'll have at least the first little bit so you can kind of interact with it and play along. If anyone wants to have this entire JSON file, I'll host it online for you on pythonhumanities.com. That's no problem at all. Just let me know in the comments below and I'll take care of that. So I'm going to talk about how we're going to get this data in the next video. Just so you know kind of where we're going with everything. This is what we're going to be working with. So go ahead right now, and if you haven't done so already, write these 3 lines of code out and make sure you create this file object, and that's going to be wherever you store your JSON file. In the next video, in lesson 2, we're going to start kind of creating a series of functions for importing that JSON data and loading it and passing it through PyVis to start producing network maps. And as we go on, we're going to create more elaborate functions throughout this entire series in which we alter the map and provide more options to the map so that we can actually make these maps way more dynamic, way more interesting, and way more customized to our project needs. I'm going to show you how to change node size, node color, edge color, how to create different node colors for different types of data. We're going to go through all that. And I'm also going to show you how to do some pretty advanced stuff with PyVis, such as creating an options menu so that users can actually change the layout of the network map and the way it's structured and the algorithms used behind it in real time and actually play with it by changing the weight of a node's value, by changing the spring length in the graph. I'm going to go through all of this in this series. I imagine by the time we're done, it's probably going to be about 20 videos or so. I only have got the first 6 outlined, but that's enough to at least get started. So if you are interested in PyVis, you want to know what it's about, stick around and you're going to know all the ins and outs before this tutorial is over. So thanks for listening, and hopefully you stick around. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe and enjoy.